Board games, board games, it's what we're talking about. Board games, board games, I'm not gonna shout. I am starting off this morning with a little bit of singing, and later this very streaming, I am gonna be reviewing this and this, and this and this. Maybe I'll review these games with Chris. I'm waiting for Chris to arrive. Chris is a person who can drive. Chris is rather wonderful. Although today it didn't fall that Chris arrived here in time. But I'm going to keep on rhyming. Board game reviews, it's what we're going to do. Board game reviews, hopefully it'll be fun for you. And I'm going to talk about Rocky Road a la mode, which is a bit more thoughtful than you may think. And on the other hand, it can be played in a light way, while you maybe have a bit of a drink, but only a very soft drink, if you know what I mean. Might be talking about Tifa Tashin 2, which is not a good board game for two, because it only plays 4 to 6. And it's about chaos, negotiation, and politics. We might talk about One Night Ultimate Werewolf and Daybreak. Well, for me, they've been combined, and how some people just do not like to lie. And this is a good thing to remind ourselves of. And we might talk about 21 to Baker Street. Is this a good game for you to play and meet? And for me, it was slightly disappointing because it had so much imagination capturing, and I thought it would be more like a story, but it was just a riddle or two or three. And we might talk about Zombie Tsunami, where you mine your fellow players and shed their zombies of layers and layers. And we might also talk about Fruit Ninja, which is quite a unique game for you. It's a game where you sometimes grab a thing speedily, and sometimes there's a bit of drafting mixed with the dexterity. Well, these are games I might be talking about. Board games, I'm not gonna shout. Hello and good morning to anyone that might be watching, probably after the fact. I might just give a wee bit of a ring and see how Chris is doing. Now, I want to start off, of course, I am Bez, and we are blethering about board games. So this is the busy bath time board game blether. Honestly, bath time is just because it's a time of day. I had to decide a time of day. And coming up today, we are going to be reviewing various games. That's what we're going to be doing. As always, I like to start off with a wee bit of a brilliant thing. What's a little thing which is brilliant? And I'm going to integrate this with the recent stuff that's going on because I think it's good to take stock of what we've enjoyed around us. And I'm going to talk about clouds. I think that clouds are pretty brilliant, especially when the light hits them right. And when you see a cloud that's illuminated by the sun from a particular angle, it just feels like life is, not. It reminds you that life is kind of okay. And walking around and seeing those clouds and walking around. And I guess this is really just a highlight. But, clouds are pretty brilliant. I mean, they've got this kind of density and yet they're floating up like all this water vapor. I don't quite understand it. I mean, they're water and yet they're lighter than air. I don't understand what's going on. I mean, I understand the whole like cloud cycle, but it's just, wow, clouds are just pretty amazing. And thanks to clouds, we have rain, we have crops growing, we have all sorts of things. Clouds are brilliant. And hello, CD. It is lovely to see you. I hope you're having a good night. I guess it must be 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I don't know what time it is there, but I hope you have a great day also, or great night's sleep, and a great day tomorrow. And thank you for popping by very much. And so, yeah, if you want to share your thoughts on clouds and why they are brilliant, then feel free to do so. Otherwise, and CD says, I can lull CD to sleep because it is 11 p.m. That seems like a really good time to go to sleep. I was having a bit of a late night last night. And I'm just going to give Chris one more ring. But yeah, I did go to sleep, sadly, quite late. I was watching TV and then I was, okay, it's 11 o'clock, I should get to sleep. And then I was like, oh, I don't want to go to sleep. I have this sort of thing. And then ended up playing, going back to and talking about clouds. CD loves floating clouds, seeing shapes and making stories and being able to think about all those things. And whenever you see a cloud, I mean, did you know that there are 10, I believe, 10 to the 67 ways to shuffle a deck of cards? Because there's, it's 52 factorial is 10 to the 67. Now, with a cloud, there's going to be infinite ways for a cloud to be because it's analog and it's not like there's no discrete positions that one molecule of water vapor could be. So, and the light hitting it and the angle of the light, when you see a cloud, you're likely to be seeing that particular formation of the cloud for the first time. It is likely that this will be the only time that this cloud is ever going to be seen in history. It kind of boggles your mind. It's kind of amazing. Anyway, that's his brilliant thing, clouds. Now let's talk about recent highlights and achievements, e.g. games played. I will start off with that. So after I watched a wee bit of telly, I did back to bed and I was thinking about Rocky Road a la mode. I did some deep mathematical analysis. And I will tell Chris not to worry. Would you like to join me as soon as you can? ? And hopefully Chris will join us soon. Now, back to the point. Rocky Road a la mode. For me, let me put these games to the side. And yeah, Rocky Road a la mode. This is not part of the main review, but just a quick summary. I felt I am interested in trying it out with the variant of Ice Cream Everywhere, but with the basic rules, it feels like it's a bit too limited for me. That's the short of it. And I did some deep statistical analysis, and where's my bits of paper. Oh dear, I had a bit of paper that was around here. Um, Now you see how disorganized I am. And anyway, I think that going for the method of just going straight up for the victory points, it costs you 30 time. And hello Alex. Um I am just starting up. I am just chatting about a whole bunch of reviews. And um I'm just talking about the mathematical analysis I did of Rocky Road a la mode, where basically if you go exclusively for victory points, it takes you 30 turns optimally, I think, to win. If you go for a mixture of victory points and engine building, then it takes you 22 turns optimally to win, I think. But if you go for engine building purely and go for the achievements that they have these sorts of achievements where it's okay, the first person to get one ice cream of each type gets this, the first person to get 3 ice creams. And if you go exclusively for that with maybe one achievement, so it's like 4 achievement points for being the first to get that, 4 achievement points for being the first to get that one, then it basically takes you 34 turns. And it seems weird to me. That felt imbalanced, and that was disappointing to me. But I did enjoy doing that. Massive enjoyment was extendable, because this is a game that I've not played for a couple of years. It's for the L deck, and it's up on my website. You're starting off with a 3-letter word, and then you're extending it. I had never made a 9-letter. I think I once managed to make a 9-letter word before, but I used up so many cards that it didn't quite work. And yeah, I think that I finally last night managed to get a new world record, also a new personal best, because I am the world record holder. I don't know. I know some other people have been playing it, but as far as I know, no one's even equaled 192. But last night I managed to get 198. Then on like 2 games later, I managed to get 207. And then I played another like 3 games, and with the other half of the deck, my highest score was 192. But and I'm still feeling pretty good. It's one of those games, if I'm being honest, like extendable if I had to review it, even though it's my own game. It feels like once you've played it a lot, it's like, okay, I can totally get what Sate is saying about wanting to learn the strategy yourself. Once you know the 8-letter and the 9-letter words to go for, that removes a lot of the joy of it. But I'm a really big fan, although the general people's choice is Muckle, but I'm a big fan of that. I mean, so recent highlights. For CD was singing in an Advent service, just an Advent service. So I guess this was some sort of caroling's when you go around, and caroling's when you go around to people's houses. And I'm just going to say to Chris you can have a little bit of time and shower, and I can keep things going. It would be lovely to review these games and discuss them with you. Full stop. But it's my message to Chris. But getting back to what CD's been up to. So in an Advent service, I guess that's inside the church rather than going from door to door. But CD got to comment that CD's high note was the highlight of the service for the conductor. And that does sound lovely to hear. Congratulations on your high note, on your vocal range. That sounds brilliant. And Alex, on the other hand, watched their son rocking out to Step Into Christmas was Alex's favourite. Step Into Christmas, I don't know that song. I'm just going to imagine it goes, I've got a foot, I'm going to keep my foot going forward. Step, step, left, right, step with my left, step. No, that's definitely not what the song would go. I have no idea what the song goes. And I am terrible at imagining songs based on the name alone. That's what we've established. Anyway, other highlights. So yesterday I was walking around with McCall. I oh yeah, I did a talk. So I'm just going to tell you everything that happened to me yesterday whilst I wait for Chris, because as we know, you know, Mondays, Monday to okay, so just to let folk know, Chris has said they're not feeling really great, and it wouldn't be until 11. And so, yeah, do people want me to review the things that I said at the start? I mean, it's been a thing where I've not reviewed things. I mean, pe- as someone said, when you're streaming, it has to be about the people. So I will say to Chris to tell me what you would actually like to do. If it's not going to be until 11 that you arrive, that is okay. But if you would rather skip it and you're feeling uncomfortable, I don't think you need to have joining. But yeah, and going back to the Advents, CD says that's in church. There were 3 choirs joined together. Oh my gosh. So there was 3 choirs from 3 different churches, I assume, that were congregating in this bigger church. This is just me hypothesizing. Anyway, it was great fun to sing Hallelujah, 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 do do do. Wait, oh no, that's from the Queen song. That's not a religious song at all. Man, I'm terrible at knowing Christian carols. But yeah. Now, so are you wanting me to guess what? Step into Christmas, step into my heart, step into Christmas and let it into your heart. I'm going to take a little time and play a little rhyme, and we're going to step into Christmas. Step into Christmas, let it into your heart. Yeah, okay, knowing it's Elton John tells me that it's not a kid's song, but this is just me. This should be like almost a show thing. Like, just what would people guess? Name a song that someone does not know, name the artist, and see what happens. Okay. Um, okay, cool. Chris is not wanting to join. So I would suggest, because I don't know what I actually, maybe I'll review some of my favorite games. I've got Battleship right here. What else have I got around me? I mean, the thing is, I would like to review some of the games that I play with Chris, because it's always I enjoy it a lot. And if I review those games alone, then I will not have anything to talk about. And yeah, that's so apparently it was churches of different faiths getting together: Catholic, Presbyterian, Church of England. Okay, that's good stuff. I mean, I know you're all Christian, but still, it's good to see you getting on with each other. So I just want to give a note that if you watched the intro and you were really looking forward to hearing about these games, I'm sorry about this, but they are going to be delayed for another day when I can review them with Chris. Because, wait, I want to review them with Chris. So there we go. What I'm going to do instead is I will do an unboxing of, because I have like where's my big box? I had a big box here. There we go. This is my big box. This is a box that it's weird because I thought that 2 players would be a really frequent player count for me, but I might be having the 2 bits of 2-player gaming tonight, and so I'm going to unbox that, and I'll unbox the rest of the Deep Water Games package that I got. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to do today. I will unbox some stuff. I will talk about Extendable. This is a complete new... Sunday is just added chaos. And so I'm going to be opening up Jixie Academy. I have no idea what's going on in here. And I'll be opening up Hana Mikoji and this one. And wait, this one. Oh. Sorcerer and Stones. I'm going to be opening up these things, and then I will maybe talk about Battle Sheep, because that is the only game I can see next to me, and that I am in a... Actually, I could review that with Chris as well. This is the thing. I really want to review games with Chris. I might talk a bit more about my one-player experience with it Clustered, because that's a solo thing. I might talk a wee bit about Extendable. We will see. So this is going to just be a chaotic Sunday, and it's going to be like an extension of a Friendly Friday forum where not necessarily getting anyone involved, but it's just a stream where I don't have a plan, which is what a lot of streamers do. Anyway, so new game, BEZ, make up a song. You know what? When and if I go to Glasgow and I've got my keyboard, if you want to give me like something to improvise about, give me like a topic and right now, and I will improvise a song for you for a couple of minutes. It will be a very slow song, but give me some sorts of topic. Whether it's a board game or clouds or... Oh, and I completely forgot to finish up my recent highlights. So my recent highlights, talking with Kwang yesterday was lovely. I got to go to Dragon Meet, which was digital. I had a chat with Alan Paul. That was probably the best, most focused talk, without a doubt, the best, most focused talk we've ever done. It was the first time where we spent a couple of hours writing notes, made a massive difference. Of course it did. And then we spent 45 minutes going through that. So it was 6 things you should know before making a game. Anyway, so that, I think they're going to record it and put it up on YouTube at some point. But it made us think, hey, you know, I may be a bit more excitable and I'm a bit more prone to bursts of emotion, whereas Alan is a bit more dry. And but Alan has a lot more experience. But, you know, I've got a few years' experience as well. And yeah, we've kind of done different things. Oh, thank you very much. Alan says it was very good and lovely to see you, Alan. And I wanted someone to suggest an improv topic for me to make up a quick song, but I don't know, I feel like... Oh, topic, Christmas jumpers. Oh, I like this. Okay, let me finish. So Dragon Meats was good, and then I had lunch. I had a low light, which I'm not going to talk about, but I had a walk, and I walked around with McCall, and we saw the clouds, and we had a literally random walk. If no one's ever tried a random walk, I heartily recommend it. What you do is at every junction, play rock, paper, scissors. And if the person on the left wins, you go left. If the person on the right wins, you go right. If it's a draw, then either you just go straight ahead, or if it's a two-way junction, then you have to replay. And also, we got like 3 vetoes during the course of our walk. We walked for a couple of hours, and I think we only used 1 veto each. But the point is that you have those vetoes. So if you keep going round in a loop, because like, oh, I don't want to go this... And then at a certain point, it's like, okay, we've walked enough, let's just go back home. But that was a lovely thing. And Alan somehow managed to listen to all of the Dragon Meat seminars, despite being here. Christmas jumpers are a thing you can buy. Christmas jumpers seem to say hi to Christmas. The jumpers say hi to Christmas, and this one got a fireplace. And now I can either show you the fireplace or I can show you my face because the screen's not quite big enough for both this and this is complicated stuff, but this is the jumper season. This is the jumper season in the northern hemisphere. Because in New Zealand, oh, I fear it may be too warm. And maybe a storm of heat might defeat your inclination to have a Christmas jumper. And I wonder, in New Zealand, is there such a tradition? And CD says CCC. CCC, CCC, I'm not sure what that means. It's just a letter to me. And I know that in Thailand, this number that I'm showing on my hand, 555, it means ha ha ha. And so maybe you mean similar. But anyway, we're talking about Christmas jumpers. Christmas jumpers, what have you got on yours? Christmas jumper, do you have 2 or 3 or 4 or do you have none? I only have one. This is my Christmas jumper. But I wear this jumper all year long. I've never before sung a song about how I got this jumper. And maybe you will wonder how I got it, and I'll tell you in a bit. Before I acknowledge, I haven't eaten porridge, and sometimes from time to time I struggle with a rhyme, but now my roadmap says CCC is clap, 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 or click, 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 or although that confuses me a bit, but I enjoyed the clap, and so thank you for that. But anyway, we are talking about Christmas jumpers. Anyway, the story of how I got this Christmas jumper is this. I went to see Les. I went to a board game group for business. It was Leslie Singleton, Playtime PR, and this is a person who's gone quite far. They've worked for Asmodee and Gibson's and more, and I was quite honoured. I almost adored the fact that Leslie said, "Come on and join us, and you can show your game to us," and I did. And I enjoyed it. So, one day they had a Christmas jumper day because it was every month one day when they would meet, and Richard said to me, "Hey, you don't have a Christmas jumper, well, take this one," and that was that, and the games that night were fun, and that's the entire story there. And in case anybody ever cared, this is a jumper from a larger person, which is why the sleeves come a little bit long and why I could almost wear it as a dress. But hey, it's not very impressive. But it's still my Christmas jumper, and I really wonder what's going on down under in New Zealand and Australia because it's so warm. And unlike here where there may be a cold storm, it may be so warm that you don't want to wear. If you were to wear a Christmas jumper, would everybody stare? CD, will you not tell me? CD, will you not tell us what life is like in New Zealand, where I guess it's summer, and I wonder Are Christmas jumpers entirely just at the north of the earth? Hmm. I never pondered this before, but I think it must be. I think it must be just because, so much of the world's wealth is based on the top of the world. Anyway, so apparently it's too hot for hot meals, and there is no turkey. I assume, well, is there any roast? Because, in the UK, I think it's a tradition that even in summer you have a roast meal, but I'm not down with that. And it's a tradition to have a roast meal, and sadly, I feel that the roast meal might it's not so good. It's not the best food when I am quite hot. Do I have Christmas T-shirts? No, I do not. I so people do still wear Christmas jumpers for work parties, but they don't last long. Talking of jumpers being overly hot, I was part of a work party. When was I actually working? It must have been 2013. So Christmas 2013 was actually the last Christmas I had where I was working on a non-board gaming job, which is kind of pretty cool when I think about it. I've been immensely privileged. But first with benefits, and then thanks to the success of Yogi, I am immensely. And but one person had a Christmas jumper to try and be like the best Christmas jumper there, and they had lights. So actual lights on their jumper. They just basically got a bunch of fairy lights and sewed them in, so it was like spreading a Christmas message. But like whenever they turned it on, the heat from the lights warmed their body up too much, so they had to turn it off. Like they could only put it on for like, hey, here it is for 30 seconds. Okay, I need to turn it off. And CD has a Christmas T-shirt. Darth Vader in a sleigh. 8 walkers as reindeer. Oof, that sounds good. Alan in chat loved their trips to Australia and New Zealand, but couldn't deal with Christmas in summer. It snowed in Bethlehem, obviously, says Alan in chat. Where is Bethlehem? I mean, my geography is really bad. I mean, that's near Jerusalem. Did it actually snow? I mean, I have no idea what the weather of this kind of place is. I mean, it says all a lie. I mean, I understand that, it's now widely accepted that Christmas is the, Christians overtaking the pagan holiday, and that's why it falls on around this particular date. But that the pagan holiday involved, yeah. Sorry, I'm actually going to delete this thing. Coming up today, surprise Sunday stuff. Surprise Sunday stuff. That's what I'm going to call this. Maybe I should just call the show this in future, and then whatever happens. And it'll probably be reviews, but it might not be. Yeah, that would make my life easier. And then I've got 2 days where I can just do whatever. And so, yeah, the surprise Sunday stuff, sometimes it's a surprise to me. And if Chris joins, then we'll review a bunch of games that I've played with Chris. If Chris doesn't join, then I will have an alternative stack. That's what I will do in future. Yep. So, yep. And, yeah, it's like around, I was thinking Israel, like Jerusalem, and like it's close to the equator, right? So would it actually be warm around this time of the year? But anyway, like I was just talking about so I'm easily distracted. I get from thing to thing. The point was that time of the year. If there was like Jesus, then I think like they were meant to be born in November or something. But anyway, Mithras. Oh, bye, CD. Bye, and have a good night. And yeah, CD says they still find it weird, summer and Christmas. And Alex suggests maybe if that person had LEDs. That's a good shout. I have handled bike LEDs, and I don't think they do any heat, do they? So like maybe that's the issue. That like fairy lights, yeah, are modern fairy lights different? Modern fairy lights actually LEDs, and all Alan's Christmas jumpers are Star Wars themed too. I am your father, Christmas. I like that. Okay, where's my phone? I'm going to, yeah, do. Okay, so that is recent highlights and achievements with a wee bit of tangent. Now we've already done the brilliant thing, which is cloud. So if you weren't here, clouds are brilliant, and don't you deny it. Now, questionably quick questions. While I fix this camera, everyone has about 3 minutes to ask me any questions. And if you don't have any questions, then I will just move on. So, questionably quick questions. The first question that I will ask myself is, what am I holding on to? You might be able to guess the game I'm looking at over there. What am I holding on to in life? Yeah, that's a deep question. Like, what am I holding on to? I am holding on to life itself a lot. And yeah, I do try to hold on to life. Okay, so last night I watched this Netflix thing about the cheese races, and it was like, wow, so many people breaking a leg, breaking the collarbone, and it's almost folly. But like, I think it's because they've been brought up in this place, and I am holding on to comfort. I am holding on to this, I guess. Like this, I've been doing it for 219 days, and it feels like, yeah, I am holding on to it. It's like I don't want to let go. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it feels like that's something I'm holding on to. I'm holding on to a lot of games I don't want to get rid of. I'm holding on to memories. I'm holding on to relationships. Some relationships that I really cherish. Yeah, I'm holding on to friendships. Like Jess, who pops in here occasionally and introduced me to Quang. And we used to be not a great set of friends. I'm going to be honest. Look, I am very particular. Oops. Oof. Can I actually get this to be a bit? No, that is literally as high as it goes. Maybe for next time I need to kind of fit some system, maybe even with big boxes, to raise this microphone stand by about 30 centimeter. I think that might be a good thing. But I think, yeah, I am definitely holding on to relationships. I feel like relationships for me are the most important thing. Um, but yeah, there we go. I can see myself there, and I'm putting that there. Do. Now, oh whoa, let's try it like that, and let me you can you'll let me mute that and make that small. So, questionably quick questions. Do we have any? And oh, Michael, I'm not reviewing Holding On. So basically, we had a change of plan. So like basically, because Chris didn't turn up, I'm not going to be reviewing any of the stuff that I planned to. I'm just going to be doing a bunch of unboxing. It is, as it says at the bottom, Surprise Sunday stuff. The description is completely wrong for this episode. But I was just talking about what I'm holding on to in life. And so, yeah, just like, what are we holding on to? And like, for me, yeah, relationships and board games and, clothes. I guess I'm also holding on to parts of my identity. Like, I'm holding on to this red thing. Like, at this point, should I keep wearing red? Like, sometimes I've got a t-shirt like this and I think, is this red enough? It's not quite the red I want. And I woke up. Let me show you what I sleep in recently. So this is what I when I sleep, I kind of sleep in this kind of long dress. It's really warm. I like being warm when I'm sleeping. Sometimes I'm sleeping in this. And then I'm like, that just, it's not red enough. But, if I was more confident in just kind of coming in, so like me, I'm holding on to this identity. And morning, Ben, it is lovely to see you. And there's a little robot. Um, Now, some questions. If I could have an unlimited supply of cheese, which one would I choose? Oof. Oh man. Gruyere, no. I think it would be, off the top of my head, if I had to choose right now, Roquefort. Yeah, Roquefort. I like a blue cheese. I like a spreadable cheese. I like a cheese that I can eat on its own, that's got a good flavor. I like a cheese with a bit of zest. I like a cheese, oh my gosh, that's a bit creamy. I like a cheese that's a bit tangy. I like a cheese that's got a medley of flavors and keeps me, oh my gosh, like my tongue entertains. Man, I really want to go off and buy some Roquefort now. Man, yeah, I'm sticking with that answer, Roquefort. And thank you, Ben. It is pretty good, although um, there is. It's basically a microphone stand, and if I, oh, it's no longer pointing the correct direction. There we go. Come on. Why won't you change angle? Oops. There we go. There we go. Okay. And it's Chris helped me with this. Chris actually kind of puts it together with the little things, and I think that is straight. And now if I bring it down, I can do just about see the things. And yeah, today I'm not actually going to be doing any reviewing. I'm just going to be unboxing and stuff. It is literally surprise Sunday stuff. Least favorite Womble. I have literally never seen the Wombles. I'm sorry to say this. Idle Michael is everyone's dad and says, Ben, go to sleep, unless this helps you sleep. If this helps you sleep, I can totally get on board with this. Last night, I was watching that, that Champions thing on Netflix, and then I fell asleep halfway through the one about chili eating, and then I kind of just lay there on the couch, and then I woke up again an episode later, and then I turned off the screen, and then I went back to sleep. And sometimes it's nice to go to sleep watching something. If that's you, if this is helping you get to sleep, then great. But you do what works for you, Ben. Let me see any. If I had to make my home out of one type of vegetable, which vegetable would I choose? Oof. Oh my gosh, this is a terrible question. So this is like a horrible situation to be in. That I'm only a. So what I'm thinking is, I want to have some sort of structural integrity. I want to have some sort of. Okay, carrots, even if they go moldy, if they are preserved, they can go hard, and although they're not very big, could you turn carrots into slats? I don't think so. I think if you dried something, it might be able to work as slate. I'm thinking, would it just be something that's a strong gust would break my walls? Is there anything where it could actually keep the warmth inside? I feel like I would go for the biggest vegetable. Like, I'm thinking maybe a gourd, something like that might dry well, and then you could maybe turn it into some sorts of bricks or like kinds of planks and put them together. But honestly, if I had to make the home, if I was the one doing it, I think that no matter what vegetable it would be badly made, because I'm not very good at this kind of stuff. So whatever it is, I'm probably essentially just sleeping rough, which is a really horrible situation to be in. Apparently, Alan is holding on to the shrink wrap of holding on. Like, just open it, enjoy it, and read through the instructions. You can read through the instructions. There's no spoilers. The spoilers are in the cards. So just don't read through the cards. Read through the instructions and get yourself started. Michael, if Michael's still watching, and normally Michael says goodbye before they leave, I was wondering, how would you feel about me doing a solo playthrough of something like that? Is that unkind to you and Rory? It's you and Rory who made it. Because if I was to do a playthrough, maybe that's something that people would be like, oh, this is what the game is like. But then on the other hand, it's showing a lot of stuff that maybe you don't want to show off. Do you know what I mean? So let me know what you think of that. Do I have any plans for a zombie apocalypse? I was on 5 games for Doomsday, so I decided a long time ago what my 5 games would be for the zombie apocalypse. But honestly, if it was an actual zombie apocalypse, I wouldn't be limited by number. I would be limited by size. I have not sincerely put any thoughts into it, so no, I don't. Night Owls of the World Unite. I'm not sure gourds would last too long. I don't know. What? Tell me, what kind of vegetable would have the most structural integrity? Alan in chat says gourds can last for years. Anyway, so yeah, is Michael still in chat? I'm going to just go over to Twitch. Oh, Michael left and didn't say anything. That's slightly sad. But yeah, tell me what you think in the chat. Do you think it's disrespectful to do a playthrough of a game where there's potential spoilers? Is it, if it's clearly marked, I understand some people wouldn't watch because they don't want the spoilers, but if it was clearly marked, how would you feel about a stream that had spoilers for Pandemic Legacy Season 2 or Holding On or something like that? But in a way, isn't any playthrough a spoiler of sorts? Michael couldn't hold on. Spoilers are fine if there is a warning, says Ben. Anyway, and everything is a spoiler of sorts. I guess it's all about the artistic intention. And right now, when I'm just opening a box, it's there's a spoiler. Or if you don't want to know what's inside the box, then this is going to be a spoiler. This is a thing that I paid for on Kickstarter, and I got it because it was wow, they've done a social deduction 2-player game. How does that even work? And I'm excited to see how it works. Oof, this is meaty shrink wrap. Oof, gosh. Whoa, this is an interesting box. It looks like it's a pushy box, not a... Oh, wait, is it a flappy box? I think it's a flappy box. Okay, how does this box work? There's... Oh, yeah, there is a magnetic hinge. It is a flappy box. Oh, that is nice. That is very nice. Oh my gosh. There's a strong smell of chemicals. A good smell of fumes of it's that plasticky smell. Anyway, check that out. It's that does look kind of like a mainframe of something. I'm just going to lower it down. Yeah. It's not vintage ink. It's new ink. Okay, so yeah, I can't get the whole thing in. I'm actually going to raise this camera a tiny bit more. Yeah, one day, maybe in a few months, I'm going to, when I go to Thailand, I'll have a table that isn't I think this table is curved, true story. And I think the intention is that I sit over there and that there's a screen here that's kind of pointed to me. But I sit here, which makes the whole thing completely pointless. I mean, maybe if I sat over there and pushed this table over here, that would... Okay, bit by bit. You know, I've got so lots of work to do to clean my room anyway. So this is some really weird sized cards. I don't know what's going on here. Like, check this out. It's kind of like they've got little bookmarks in here. This is interesting. So some of them are that way. And then, oh, and then there's a little thing in the middle. You can't, yeah, there's like a hole in these cards. It's like, what's going on with these cards? Wow. I'm not going to change the order. Just, I don't know what all these cards are for. It says, in a moment, I'm going to ask some questions about the physical mechanics of your body. These will require you to imagine various physical experiences and explain how your body would respond to those experiences. Answer honestly. If you're a human, you have nothing to fear. Interference tasky. Okay, so there's different colors. I don't know what this all means. And then on the other side, I don't know what I'm looking at, but this is a big deck of cards. I mean, that looks like, if I had to guess, I'd guess that's like 200 cards. And these are, like, seriously, check that out. It's like punch things, and, you know, there's a whole kind of, you know, let's check out old style things. It's kind of cool. Let's see how easy it is to put back in the... Oh, okay, that goes in fairly easily. Where's the instructions? So, investigator, training manual and field guide. Oof, that's a lot of pages. That's 34 pages. I do think that the format seems a bit... I don't know, this is definitely a unique format. I'm interested to see how I get on with the reading, because I could imagine this being a little bit of a pain, but now I'm looking forward to reading this. I'll maybe say to Layla, hey, if there is indeed just the two of us and not three of us, then let's play this. I like, you know, little changes in formats. I mean, I know that I was talking with Paul Gogan about Ticket to Ride New York and how it looks like a little pamphlet, which is quite cool. Rules and scenarios advanced. Okay, so I guess this is advanced rules. So there we go. And wow, so it looks like there's quite a lot to this game. Okay, I'm looking forward to giving it a go. And what's here? Okay, so there's some sort of how many sheets are there? I don't know. It looks like quite a few. It looks like about 80, if I had to guess. I like the graphics going on here. It looks very bureaucratic and official. Wait a minute, is this an actual stamp? Wait a minute, is there an... Oh no, there's no... I think... Wow, oh my gosh, it is an actual stamp, and there's actually ink on it. That is amazing. Do you see that? Wait. So that's a brain. Oh my gosh, that's really cool. And the other one, oh my, I'm really impressed. What? How? And then the other one, it's a cog. So like you get stamped whether you are a human or a machine. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess I better put them in the bags. Maybe that will stop them from drying up. Although it feels like eventually, if I keep this game for a few years, then I'll want to have some more ink. But that is really cool. I have no... Okay, I guess this is where some of the cards get held up. There's a little block of wood with a line through it. Wait, are they self-inking stamps? Is that a thing? I've not heard of these self-inking stamps. Are you being serious? So This is clearly... wait. Subject is sponsored by an energy drink brand. X, maker of false animals, renowned professor. So I guess these are things that change it. World's second richest person. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is quite exciting. All these things going on. Now, what's in... Why can't I get this in there? Okay, there's a couple of little nukes to stop this falling out. I quite like that. Answer 3 questions without referencing your background. Penalty. Oh, yeah. Come on. I mean, when I see all this disposable plastic, sometimes I wonder, did we need all this disposable plastic? Because if it had been just put into the box, wouldn't it have still been fine? Like, if it... Let's say it had... The box had come like that. Wait a minute. Why is it not going down? Oh, this wasn't meant to be there. It was meant to be there. There we go. Wait a minute. Okay, so if I turn it upside down and then give it a wee bit of a shiggle, let's see how it works. And let's see how good the insert... Yeah, see, that's pretty good. Things stay in their place. That's really good. I like that. And I just feel like, people, hey, publishers, let's get away from doing all this plastic and take your hand. This is this looks like a fair bit to read. I'm going to maybe take this out, and actually I'll leave it in the box, because otherwise, knowing me, it'll just end up 1 meter away and I won't know it. But like, that is in human conditions, and I am quite excited to play it. And on the back of the box, this is not a toy. 2 players, age 14.99, 10 to 25. So if you're 100 years old, you're not allowed to play this game. You see, you're not allowed to play it if you're more than 99. And in the not too distant future, robots have become almost indistinguishable from humans. There's nothing to stop them from living out their lives peacefully among the organic counterparts. Nothing, that is, but the Bureau of Identity Compliance. Play as one of the Bureau's investigators hunting for hidden robots behind every humanoid face, or play as a suspected robot desperately attempting to convince the Bureau of your essential humanity. Once you've been selected for an audit, 5 minutes of surreal interrogation is all that stands between you and the invasive confirmation unit. Ooh, Human Conditions is a game for 2 players, but can accommodate many more players with the included scenarios. Okay, cool, I completely forgot about that. And it's got verified that this game is real by checking out this thing. Now, I would never get round to playing this game. Yes, this is exactly that game where you have to figure out if someone is a robot. I would never get round to playing this game, as my limit is 4 pages of rules, 5 at a stretch. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, I do like a nice set of rules, and I have to admit, there is something off-putting about, having to read, 32 page. Okay, so there's some credits at the end, and a license. I am free to copy and redistribute this game. Oh wow, look, It's licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, Share Alike 4.0 international license. That's pretty cool. Can you? I'm just going to show it to the camera here. That is pretty cool. So I mean, of course, the rules of the game, but that is so yeah. I would be allowed to make money from an expansion or whatever, and I can't use the game to make money. That is a thing. But of course, of course, game mechanics aren't copyrighted, but that's still pretty cool. So yeah, just kind of expressly saying, you know what, it gets me pondering about streaming, because Just One, it has that thing where you can't use it for any reason other than private enjoyment. And it's like, what does that even mean? Are they basically saying that if you stream Just One, then you're breaking that rule? I mean, technically, according to that. And I know I was talking to a lawyer who said to me, I don't want you to use my name if you ever talk about me. But I was talking to this lawyer who's a lovely person, and you would probably know, like they are, anyway, they're really cool. But they were telling me that technically video game streaming is kind of illegal, and people could stamp down on that, and indeed Nintendo has done in some cases in the past. But generally people are like, okay, it's just become this thing that is people, it's a weird thing where it's not actually legal, but people appreciate it, but people don't give their express permission. It's a weird one. I mean, for the record, if you want to play one of my games, I would say, yeah, sure, I'll do it under an attribution, non-commercial thing. Like at the point where, yeah, well, is that what they did? Yeah, attribution. I'll use the same license that they gave. So, but then we've got, hey, what if you're streaming and then I'm not affiliated, but what if you're affiliated and then you start making money off it? Like I might be okay with someone showing my game on stream and making money off it, but I'm definitely not okay with someone printing an LDEC and making money off that. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, it's a weird one, copyright. Good Dog, Bad Zombie was made with lots of thoughts about how to make it low impact. Yep, makes it specially stream friendly, never mind regarding the non-commercial. Copyright is indeed a nasty one, as it does not have to be enforced for it to be active. Okay. Cool, that's nice. E.g., they could not take action against streamers. Oh, wow, you can take steps retroactively. I didn't realize that. I thought what you meant, Ben, was that you could not take action against one person and then take action against a different person. But taking action retroactively, wow, that is harsh. Anyway, I'm going to pop this down on this pile. I'm probably going to be playing this within the next couple of days. Now I've opened this, I'm actually really excited to play it. I had completely forgotten that I could play it with 3 players, but it sounds like I will need to read a lot of rules for that. But now let's look at another 2-player game that this is something else that I got. Whoops. Swapping the things around, and I will move this camera to be a little bit more here, and there we go. Ignore the stuff in the edge. That's plus some other games. That's my water. Yeah, nice. Anyway, Deep Water Games. Hana Mikoji. Shadows in Kyoto. Huh. I thought Hana Mikoji was a different game. Yeah, it says. This is Hana Mikoji. This is Hana Mikoji Shadows in Kyoto. I have no idea what's going on with this. This tells me that I should maybe open this first. Maybe this is like a standalone sequel. Maybe I should read the back of the box to find out what this even is. New stories of geishas in Hanamakuji. 2 players, 15 to 30 minutes, 10 plus, high strategy, low luck, medium interaction, low weight. And it tells you about the card sleeves that you want to get. And oh, Ben says they're completely different games. They're not even related. I mean, that's just confusing. Look, Hanamakuji, like I guess it's just set within the same world because can you see like that little Hanamakuji at the bottom? You see why I'm getting confused? Because it does say Hanamakuji. Let me remove that periodically so you can't see the top of my head. And that is exactly the same font. So I guess that is just 2 things set in the same world, but according to Ben, aren't really even in the same world. So let me find out let's go with Shadows over Kyoto. This looks exciting. It's got 7 figures on the front. It's got like that whole, anime style, bunch of people looking outwards. Let's be dynamic. Let's be expressive. And this is another game for Emperor 54. And I wasn't too keen on Crow's Overkill because I felt like it was a bit overcomplicated for myself, a bit too much text, bad localization. Nice. 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 Oh, this is such a satisfying box to open and close. I'm just enjoying this part. Designed by Wei Milang, art by Mai Shirley Chan, and geishas, undercover spies battling the government, up down, secretly gather key intelligence from the opponent, protect your own interests, and yeah. So this was localized by Deepwater Games. Let's see how it's going on. So that is the manual. Okay, so it's got like the cards list. I'll be interested to know if it's more useful than Crow's Overkill because it is definitely. Because in Crow's Overkill, it just repeats the same text. But here at least, it's got little icons and it's giving you a bit more information. Oh, advanced rules. So it's got like charisma cards to add on and equipment cards once you're more familiar with the game. That's nice. Yeah, I do like when games have variable setup and even an advanced thing. I was thinking the other day of an advanced mode for extendable, by which I mean last night when oh, this is cool. Just little bios about these 7 people, I guess. Animals are our closest friends. They never question and never criticize, says Ruri. As the owner of the information hub on Hanamakuji, Rory has an incredibly broad network of people and maintains good relationship with the political side, being a half Western and half Eastern. Rory is kind and giving and enjoys the company of animals. Currently the proud owner of Bing Bing the dog, Arsena the cat, and 3 mischievous squirrels, collectively named Triple Stars. Fair enough. And then we've got some reference cards for each person. Okay. And then we've got a wee bits of a board. There we go. That looks like a decent board. Does it lay flat? Yep, it's all good. Some stickers. I guess you need to apply this to these little meeples. Fair enough. Oh yeah. It's a good shape. It shows clearly where you're needing to put these. I wonder with the shape of these stickers that's going to be a wee bit finicky to put on. Not looking forward to that. I am looking at these and thinking, you know what, come on, Deepwater Games, all of your games could be that little bit. I said this for Crow's Overkill, but it applies a bit less because at least the board here takes up the box. So, yeah. Big tarot-sized cards, which each have different, yeah. I like these illustrations. It's kind of, yeah, it's not, it kind of harkens back to an older style, but with elements of modernity around it. And I guess there's some player cards for each person. I guess this is what you're doing to mess with your opponents, and oh, that's cute little pictures. Wait, why do I still have that banner up? Sorry about that. That's been up there. I should have changed that banner. I'm just really not with it today. Today I am incredibly tired. And so, yeah. But I like the icons. This seems like, I'm guessing, you move your people one of these spaces. Okay, it's fairly clear where you can go. I have no idea what these do, but okay. This feels like, okay, there'll be something to ponder here. Maybe this is a game that I might be able to talk Mina into playing. I don't know. Because, yeah, Mina and I should do more stuff, just the two of us, because we like hanging out alone. And when there's multiple people in a house, sometimes you feel obliged to involve everyone else. But sometimes it's like, yeah, everyone doesn't have to be involved like all the time. And it would be nice. I mean, Mina, if you're listening, lots of love. And I hope you're generally okay. Anyway, so that is Shadows in Kyoto. That looks all right. Not much to say about it. Just open the box. Might play it soon. Hanamakoji, let's check out what's going on in here. So I guess this was popular enough that they decided to release another game featuring the same name. So again, Emperor 54 published it, Deepwater Games localized it, and this one got the Seal of Excellence from Dice Tower. 2 players, 50 minutes. That's nice. Welcome to the most famed geisha streets in the old capital, Hanamakoji. Geishas are elegant and graceful women, skilled in. Compete to earn the favor of 7 illustrious geishas by collecting each geisha's preferred performance item. Oh, cool. So are the 7 people the same across both games? I hope they are, because if they aren't, that would be a lost kind of thing. Can you outsmart your opponent to win the favor of the most geishas? Okay, yeah, this box looks like it should have been smaller. I'm just going to, say this every time I see a box that's a bit overly big. Okay, so this is a very streamlined set of rules. This looks like something that I could basically just read right on the original :arc. Okay. Then I guess Emperor 54 actually publish it afterwards. And Ben was talking about Shadows in Kyoto, where the pieces will be carrying certain information. There's 2 win conditions, and the actions in Hanamakoji are really smart and tricky. Okay, so that's some instructions. There's a little punch board. Wow, how did that happen? Some of these punch board tokens have fallen into here. There we go. So, yeah, I guess I've got all the punch board bits. There we go, yep. Okay, they gave us a little baggie to have all these bits inside. Maybe I will, yeah. Boom. That was fun. It really should. This is an awfully big baggie for all these bits. I mean, intuitively, I don't know. They could have given a smaller baggie for sure. But I'm not going to complain. I might replace it with a couple of smaller baggies for my collection though. That's nice imprinting upon the inner box. There's some free silica gel. Do not eat. Never smells of anything. I've never eaten one of them. I'm never going to, because apparently, some stuff can kill you. It's like, when Donald Trump tells everyone else to eat disinfectants or bleach and doesn't do it themselves. Like, this is pretty morbid, but I half wish Donald Trump would take up their own advice. And anyway, some cards. Okay, some items. And hey, there's the geishas. Okay, there's the 7 people. Now I want to see if they are actually the same as the other 7 in the other game. So let's do a quick comparison, just because I'm curious, and I assume that someone else, at least one other person watching this video, will also be curious. Wait a minute, I thought there were... That's more than 7. Didn't it say something about... There's 7 illustrious geishas. What's... How... This is way... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, but I'm just confused. What? Wait. Oh, Ben says it's promo art. Okay, but like they could have separated it, or oh man, and now I can't get the bits off. Damn you. This is why I really like thumb holes. More games should use thumb holes, for goodness sake. Use thumb holes. I'm getting annoyed with this. Seriously. Come on, people. Okay, yeah, 7 geisha cards, 4 alternative art promo cards. Okay. So let's see. Maybe it's the numbers that I want to... So we've got a number 5, number 4. I guess number 2 of... There we go. Okay. So there we go. That's the 7. And now let's see how they compare to these ones. Have you played Hanamikoji? What do you think of deep water games? I mean, Ben clearly has. I assume you have all these games, Ben. Okay, so this is clearly this one. I guess this is meant, like, suddenly they moved away from the mirror and vanity and moved towards animals. Okay, yeah, I can dig it. Okay, so yeah, that is definitely the same hairstyle as going on here. Okay, yeah. They do kind of follow. Okay, so that's... Where did this... Okay. Okay, so this character is all about the interesting prints. It's like whether they've got the floral print here or the spiderweb Halloween print. That's pretty cool. Or they've got different floral prints. Okay, so they all have their unique styles and they always wear garments of a very similar color. This is interesting. So these people are like me. I can totally relate. Yeah, you see what's going on. Let me... Even though it's a completely different item of clothing, it's exactly the same fabric print. You know, these people really work hard to have their own identity. I mean, this is kind of crazy what's going on. Yeah, check out, like, how many clothes did they get made from this fabric? Like, there's some good fabric making going on. Well done to these people. I didn't realize that things were so advanced back in these days. I mean, I'm slightly joking, of course, but seriously, okay, so I'm happy with that. And yep, let me separate out those ones. Then got them from Emperor 50. Do you mean Emperor 54? And apparently, Brothers Murph are doing a speed play marathon and played both of these games in 3 minutes. So are they trying to basically go through as many games as they can in like 24 hours? What's going on with that? That sounds quite impressive, frankly. I mean, were they basically engineering it so that they would just throw the game so that they would win as quickly as possible? Would it be a case of, okay, pick up a card and you'll go, oh, I'm going to accidentally drop my card. Now I win. Now I give the game to the other person within 10 minutes. Is that the way it goes? Like you throw the game in order to make it short? Well, that does sound quite fun. Alex has the German edition of Hanamakoji, and yep, Emperor 54. Their entire game collection in a week. The rule is they have to try to win. Oh, wow. Oh, it's pretty impressive. That sounds pretty, like, quite an exhausting thing. How many games do these brothers... Oh, sorry about that loud noise. How many games do the Brothers Murph have? I mean, that doesn't sound... I mean, for most people who are reviewing anything with any degree of complexity, that sounds like a really tough thing. Jixia Academy. Again, Emperor 54 Deepwater Games. Award-winning and critically acclaimed. Hanamakoji is back with the same beloved gameplay but brand new characters in Jixia Academy. 7 scholars. It's perfect for travel, a cafe, or date night. Well, travel, cafe, well, we won't be seeing much of that these days. I'm almost tempted to say a swear word. But hey, 2020. Come on, get out. Yeah, this is really frustrating. Seriously, use thumb holes, people, please. Again, looks like very simple rules. I assume it is. Sounds like it's going to be just a reskin, like a slight re-implementation. Oh, these are sexy looking people. So we've got they're all quite young. They're meant to be scholars, I think. So different schools of thought bloom and flourished. Many great philosophers have come to Jixia to debate and promote their ideas. You are a noble. You must compete with your rivals to gain the favor of the scholars by studying their theories. Yeah, I mean, I guess it does that anime style thing where everyone's just immensely young, even though, I mean, surely if it was all about the scholars, you know, there would be some older folk there as well. It just seems a bit odd to me. But anyway, that is that. There's a punch board with stuff that has mostly come out. There we go. There was literally one thing that had not come out. I will quickly put things in to make sure that I've got everything. So I've got boop, 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 boop. Oh, little holes. Cute. And boop, 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 boop. Like some sorts of swords going on. I guess maybe it's a scroll. There we go. And a bunch of more little tiles. This feels very similar as was mentioned on the box. And yep, I seem to have everything from the punch board, so it's all good. And I'll pop that in the wee bag. That day also gave me an somewhat overly large bag. Alex mentions that all the geishas look young. I don't know why it is, but yeah, that's a fair point. Like, maybe not all geishas would be so young, but it feels, you know, with a geisha, it's more about the way that they look. Whereas with a scholar, surely, you know, it would be more about, yeah, with a scholar, surely there would be more reason to be, yeah, again, an overly large box. That is, in my opinion, like the size that the game should be. But hey ho. And now I'm not going to say that it's fine. No, it's not fine. Let's please have more small box games, for goodness sake. Let's have less there. It's better for the environment. It's better for our shelf space. And let's get some thumb holes. And yeah, let's move away from this kind of constant feeling of bigger is better. How big are these editions? Do I want to get my original? Wait, I think it's in the other room, so I'm not going to run off and get it. Oh wait, no. Yep, it is in the other room. But Crow's Overkill, I will actually, you know what, I'll put it on Instagram today for you. I took some pictures of it. And Crow's Overkill, I did do a review, and the two boxes, even the original is a little bit too big. The sequel is even bigger than the original box. I mean, the original box, I would say from here to maybe here. And then the American box is like an extra little bit. So you've got some cards. That's a very pleasant background. I like that. It's quite serene. Owl. Yep, Ben says it is basically Hanamakoji but with boys. Yep, makes sense. Like, if you find boys more attractive, I mean, let's be honest, it's fairly clear that this is meant to be, oh, look at these sexy boys, and aren't they pretty? And yeah, that is that. I guess maybe yeah, I'll have I might, yeah, see Mina's up for that. Interesting, I just noticed that Jixie Academy is the one that's not white. And also moved from Emperor 54 to Deepwater Games. Emperor 54 is on one side of all these ones, but on this side it changed. Interesting. Hanamakoji is off the shelf and it's 16 by 11. Are people want... The thing is, okay, you know what, fine. If you really want me to find out, I will do this for you. I will wander and I will go and grab my ruler from the other room and morning. So I'm grabbing my ruler and I'm going to come back and yep, there we go. Is it 54 or 54? Says Alex. I do not know what you mean. But Okay, so we are talking centimeters, right? This is 13.3, I would say, by 18.8. 13.3 by 18.8. So yeah, an extra 2 or 3 centimeters in each direction. And that is, so it sounds like your Hanamakoji is exactly the same size as Crow's Overkill, which I remember being marginally bigger than a bit bigger than was required, but the US version is just bigger for no reason. No, it's all good. Exactly. Unnecessary empty space. Not good for the environment. What's up with this? Now let's look at this one, which is the one game that I could actually maybe play with Chris and Nicole, because it is for 2 to 4 players. This is by Eroslin Chua Cho. Let me actually read the design. So this one doesn't have any designers on the front. So this is by Kotaka Nakayama Eroslin. So, yep, same person. Kota Nakayama, and this is by Wei Min Ling, art by My Shirley Chan. And oh, this logo design and graphic design, but the art is by a different person for Jigsaw Academy. Okay, so this is by Stephen Sy. I quite like this look. It's kind of a modern, it almost looks like an app. And 2 to 4, 30 to 60 minutes. There's a bit more going on. Apparently, it's middling for strategy, luck, interaction, and weight. What does this even mean? I mean, when it's like 2 or 3, that doesn't give me any information. I guess it does. Like, it's simple. So let's. Okay, now the instructions, they make it the size of the box, because of course they do, because, oh, okay, there's a co-op variant. That's quite cool, actually. I do like a good cooperative game, because, you know, cooperative games, if you know the people, it helps bring you together. Do you know what I mean? Again, another punch board that's had bits fallen out, and I will. Ooh, what's going on here? Double layered board. This looks exciting. So are all of, no, these are not all the same. There's clearly some sort of grid that you're making, or I don't know what's going to happen. Ooh. Alex is right. It's not 54. It's Emperor S4. Wow, all this time I'd been calling it Emperor 54, but it's Emperor S. Is it? Wait, is it really? Yes, it's an S. Wow. Okay, there you go. Wow, it is an S. So, just double checking that I've got all the bits. Oh, I like the back of these. It reminds me of Azul a little bit. Although I would say that's a kind of, I guess they do have a little different kanji. That's the kanji for fire, I think. And I think that's money. I think that's wood. And wait, is that water? Wait, is that right? Is it fire, money, wood, and water? That seems a bit surprising, but there you go. So I'm going to double check in the instructions to see if my kanji reading is correct. Doesn't say. Components. 9 alchemy, 12. What's there 12 of? Huh. Wait. Oh, I think this is our 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should be 16. 16 elemental runes for metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. Oh, so yeah, this is metal rather than money. There you go. And you get multiple bags this time. You get 3 bags. That makes sense. Well, I guess I'm putting all these little round things into a bag of their own. More double layer boards. It looks exciting, and there's a lovely little drawing from the cover art done in the bottom of the box. That makes sense. Again, a bit. Look, I understand shelf space, but I'm going to keep calling it out just because I strongly believe that more games should have smaller boxes. Yeah. Anyway. We've got some crazy stuff going on. Quake, fly, spin. I guess these are... And yep, this is pretty good translation. At least unlike the one that I reviewed, there are no typos, which is a low barrier, but yep. Choose an alchemy zone and move it to another place or switch it with another alchemy zone. Okay. What's the Taoist? I guess that's one of the characters. And oh, this is nice wee graphics. It is quite light and breezy. It reminds me of a lot of mobile phone games. Ooh, double-sided cards. Huh. And there's blue, green, yellow, red. And I guess there's not a deck for the Earth. Some sorts of reference cards. And looks like, and okay, so these 4 things for... Okay, clearly the Earth is very different. Maybe this is what interacts with the Earth, I don't know. But yeah, that is that game. I have no idea what's going on here, but now I've opened it up, I'll read through, and I really like that there's a cooperative mode, as I said. So yeah, I think, what do you feel like in the comments? Do you like cooperative games? Do you prefer cooperative games? Because I know there's the whole notion of, especially with full information cooperative games, it kind of feels like a solo game, but it's all about that discussion. It's all about that shared, hey, what are we going to do? And coming to a shared notion of, oh, maybe this is better. And frankly, if I'm playing a cooperative game with... There's going to be a lot of people who aren't specially gamers that I might be playing games with. I mean, sure, if you're watching this show, then you're more likely to be a devout gamer because you're watching someone talk about games whilst popping little discs out of Punchboard, for goodness sake. And if you are a devout gamer, then I can imagine you, like me, sometimes playing with someone else and being like, hey, this is what we should do, and it's fairly obvious to me, and now I need to explain why this is the better thing to you. But I don't know, to me it's a challenge. The challenge to myself is not in beating the game, but in facilitating a good time, because that's where my responsibility is as a person who's introducing the game to other people. And I feel like my responsibility is to open up the discussion and to give other people space to talk, to be able to say, hey, that's a thing that we want to... Hey, what would you like to do? What do you think is good? Or what do you think of this action? Do you think this action might be good? And yeah, trying to make it so that we're building up each other and learning. And yeah, Alan says it depends on the game. and the people. Whether it's cooperative or competitive is less important than the other factors. And I feel like whether a game is cooperative or competitive is fairly majorly important to me. I mean, it's fairly major difference in how I'm going to experience the game. Okay, I don't know what this other bag's for. I'll leave it in here. And so, yep, that is Sorcerers and Stones. And that this, honestly, the fact that there's a co-op variant. Oh, and yeah, of course, you can play it with one player. It says you can play it with 1 to 4 players. Yeah, I feel like there's a couple of games here, like Hanami-Koji and Jixi Academy look sweet enough that I might be able to play them with one of my housemates as a bonus thing. So yeah, that is some games that I have opened, and that was via Deepwater Games, and I got those because, and I do kind of like the fact that 2 boxes is the size of 1. I can see the utility of that packaging, I'm not going to lie. True story, I was thinking about making a song called like, I like a good box and I cannot lie. I like an appropriate size. When the box is small but it fits it all, that's a box with style. But and Alex is a big fan of co-ops. But and I thought maybe that's inappropriate because maybe it's not appropriate for me to be doing a parody of kind of a song that's basically objectifying women. I mean, it's a fun song, but at the same time, I'm not sure. Anyway, so that is some games that now I'll put that down. Might speak to some other people that I live with and see what's going on. Now, before I say goodbye, I am going to have one more game of Extendable because I know I've talked about a lot of these LDEC games, but I just want to try Extendable. And I think I also want to talk, I'll then maybe talk about Clustered. Actually, no. Look, Clustered, if you're part of my Discord, you would have seen I played it. I played half a game solitaire. And I was like, you know what? It's almost trivially easy for me to know what's the optimal score I can get given the perfect order of things. And so if things, like the entire, I will actually show you how Clustered plays. I'll start with that because that's not my game. You start off, so in Clustered, you're trying to put things into groups. So has this been shuffled? I think so. Let me do a quick pile shuffle just to make sure. So in Clustered, you have to put things next to each other that share 2 of the attributes. There are 3 possible attributes. And each attribute can appear in 3 manners. So you've got different shapes, triangles, circles, squares. You've got different fills, so empty, completely filled, or shaded. And you've got different numbers of shapes. You might have 1, 2, or 3 shapes. And each card that you place next to another card, so yep, there's 3 times 3 times 3 would be 27 cards. And I think you have, yeah, 1 of each. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, it is 27. And you get 2 of these wild cards. You get a 3rd wild card, but that's officially a variant. Anyway, you're going to get points for making rectangles. You're going to get points for lines or columns if they are at least 3. So I think I get 3 cards in hand, and I should put my ruler to the side and remember to take it back to its spot in the kitchen. 1 player game. Yep, optional. Solo play. All the normal rules apply. And how many cards do you get in hand? Getting started. Each player chooses draws a hand of 5 cards. I mean, honestly, like I feel like I don't like the way it's just a big block of text. I would have liked to. Everyone draws 5 cards, rather than each player then draws a hand of 5 cards from their deck. Everyone draws 5 cards from their deck to play from it. Anyway, I just think it could have been edited a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, plus this one is 5. And I'm just going to be thinking, okay, how can I put things? Okay, I'm going to do that. And, oh, this is not great. I guess I will put that one. And I never know, like, am I playing well or am I playing badly? Because I don't have a solid measure, I don't feel like. Wait. No, that was an invalid move. I couldn't have done that. That's the thing about this game. I keep making mistakes, even though it's actually really hard to just make sure that you're playing correctly. And that's the thing about games. Sometimes one key difference between board games and card game and board games and video games is that video games, they enforce the rules, like Board Game Arena. You know that you're playing correctly, whereas here you have to enforce the rules, and then if you get it wrong, well, you know, it's just you who messes up. Okay, let's look at this. This can go here. Okay, I might start off trying to build that because then I know I can do that. Okay, now I'm off to a potentially decent start. Okay, now I can actually do that. Again, only one thing can change. Rather than saying matching 2 qualities, it's really about thinking how only one quality can change. That is an easier way to think about it. Okay, now I could do the, yep, squares. Okay, let's go for that. And I'm really hoping that I manage to build up the freeze down here. Because if I can't, oh, okay, I could put that up there and boom. Okay, it's coming up. Now, maybe I put this to the end just so that I can have a totally different type of thing here. Okay, great. And you see what I'm saying? Like, once you've worked out that this is a sort of pattern that you want to get, it's just luck whether it's okay, so pops up or not. I'm going to move these to the side and move this and I will see if I manage to get the perfect score actually legitimately, because the other day I could not be arsed, is the truth. Okay, that's going well. And I've always got to have 3 cards in hand, okay, and that's clearly going to go there, okay. And, okay, so if I put, I could do the black square here. That works. Okay, maybe if I put a wild card here, I think this might work well, because then I can have the triple square here, and then that, and there's no points in even waiting. I'm going to do that, and oh well, there we go. So that. Oh, wait a minute, I completely messed up because I should have put these 2 here. Oh my gosh, that completely messed me up. I completely messed up. This is terrible because I did not connect here to here. Okay, so my score is my biggest rectangle, which is my biggest rectangle, and then I've got to multiply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3 is 15. If I actually want to calculate this, then I should get some pen and paper. Where's, okay, some scrap paper from here. So 15 for my rectangle, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For my lines of 3, then 1, 2, 3, 6, and 1, 2, 3, because he gets 2 for a line of 4, 3 for a line of 5. So that would be 6 for those ones, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. And for this long line, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So that would be 10. Oh, 27 plus 15 is 32, 42. I think I scored 42. Oh, wait, I could put that there, and then I've got 43. But 42 seems slightly better somehow. Anyway, this is this game, and you just saw the solo game, and if I'd been more mindful, like I could have done that, and then I would have scored, I believe, the maximum possible score. In this situation, it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 3 is 27, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For the verticals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, and 15, 16. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was about to do it completely wrong. So 27, 9, 36, 45, 49, 59. Oh, wow. I wasn't actually that far off. Wow. I thought I would have. So the maximum possible score is 59, and if you get it, then you're basically just lucky. And that is, for me, once I figure out a way to get a maximum score, given things coming out, I kind of feel like, okay, I'm done with this solo game. I've worked out how to do it. What else is there left to do? And I don't know, this seems kind of double standard, because no, Mock Holly, and I played that, and wait a minute, what happened to the bag? Where did I put the bag? I honestly can't find it now. Can anyone remember where I put the bag? I'm almost tempted to go to YouTube and then rewind. I genuinely cannot find it. Where's me bag? Hey Donald, where's me trousers? But anyway, so I'll just pop that in there for a moment. Was it? Oh yes, it was under here, under the lid. There we go. So I just feel like, as a solitaire game, I want to feel like I am learning about the game. I want to feel like I am continuing to learn how to deal with a certain permutation. Like it's an interesting challenge, and it's a really difficult thing to work out what works and what doesn't. But for whatever reason, the solo version of this game is possibly not one that works for me. But having said that, I did enjoy that game that I just played a tiny bit more than the first time. And so maybe I might play it one more time, I don't know. Now, I will, before I go, tell you all about Extendable. Extendable, Tom Cauldron has done a overview of, so you can watch that and learn how to play it if you prefer that. And let me shuggle in and come a bit more this side so you can see me a wee bit better. I'm just counting off 24 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Cool. So this is a full deck. And I've also got 24 here because it's 8 times 3. For extendable, you only play with half the deck. You're starting off with a 3-letter word, and each turn you are allowed to make it up to 1 letter longer. You're not allowed to extend it by more than 1 at a time. And it's about how can you make your word as long as you can and discard as few things as possible. So I could start off with the word bra or Rob. I'm going to be thinking in my mind, well, S is a really good letter for extending things. And A is super useful. So maybe Hob or Rob, either of them are pretty good. And every turn I refresh and then I add letters until it's a valid word again. So robe, there we go. And I can just cover up things if I want. And now I've got to think, how can I extend this? I could go for strobe. Maybe if I get a P, I could go for probe. If I go for robes, is rober a word? Like someone who robes things. I'm going to actually double check very quickly on, like, someone who puts robes upon other people. Maybe that's a rober. Rober, yep, it comes up. There we go. Where it's a verb, to clothe or invest with a robe or robes. So indeed, it is a word. So rober, I could go for rober, in which case, let me double check. So robers must be a thing. Robers, yep. Oh, no results for robers. Wait a minute. So if I've got robes, I could go for disrobe or strobe. Okay, I'm going for rober and seeing what happens. And I'm thinking, okay, I might have an ing. Ing is like where it's at. Trobe, probe. Nope, I'm not. Okay, I'm just putting that E there to kind of try and finish the deck. Oops, strobe. Okay, so I've got that strobe. Okay, probe. I need a P to be, because I can only extend by one thing each time. Unless I go. Okay, I'm just going to rares. Yeah, I don't want to. Rares. Ooh. Oh no, I don't want to do rares. Rarest. I could go rarest. Rares is a good one because then I could go stairs. Is rares a word? R-A-R. No. Rails. Oh, of course, rails. Why didn't I see that? R-A-I-L-S. And tails. Okay. And stains. Okay, so you see, like, I'm growing it. Oh, boom, I've got the G. Okay, I've got to make sure I use the G very well. And I didn't manage to use the ing, but hopefully there will be another in coming up. So I'll keep that to the side. And stains, chain, no, I could just get rid of the T and the A just to kind of see if I get an ED. Okay, ED. I really want an ED to get stained. And then I could go from stained to staining. Oh, wait, I'm up to things. Let's get rid of that T. Come on, get me an E. Get me an E. Okay. I might have my... Okay, it feels wasteful, but I'm going to put an S. Okay, stains. Come on. Damn. Okay, I'm going to maybe put to do which one should I use? This one. Scenes. Come on. E. Oh, damn. Okay. If I have to stop it, then guess stairs? No, but then I couldn't do. Then that's not a verb, and so then I can't extend it. I mean, this game, like, verbs are kind of almost really what you want to be going for. Oh, if only I had saw another A. Shore? Shorn? No, shore. Okay. I'm going to keep that as NG. I don't have anything that these are the only letters that I could use to just get rid of them, N on N or S on S. But I really want to keep it for the. Oh, that. Yeah, I want to keep that for the NG. But I've maybe got to give up on that NG. Which one's more? Okay, I'm going to put that down because an N is, and there's only one letter coming up. So unless some, okay. So I didn't do very well that time. So I'll put the S there and stairs. Okay. Stewers. Stir. Like a stir, like kind of a gust of wind. A stir. I'm fairly sure that's a word. Stoors. Yep. A variant of sour. A cloud of dust. Yep, sturry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 letters times 24 is 144. There is a slightly complicated scoring system, which it's meant to kind of balance not wanting to get rid of too much stuff with trying to make a really long word. My previous record before yesterday was 8 letters long, having used all 24 cards. And last night I managed to get, and that's 192. Last night I managed to break that record. But yeah, that is extendable. If you want, try it yourself. And once you've played it with one half of the deck, you could play it with the other half of the deck. And I like to go do 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 do. I like to put a bit of Krangbin on it. Okay, I could go. Okay, no, remember the ED is really useful. So let's go par and then draw back up to 3. You always have, oh wow, pair, like paring it down. And then I could go paired or pant because will I get another D? I'm just going, wait. No, I'm going to go with pain. Boom. Because then I can go paint. Or maybe, yeah, let's go with paint. Oh, wow. Paint. Let's get rid of that one. And paints. Okay, so if I get to D, then I'm laughing. Okay, so paints, come on. Paint. I've got 2 G's and that's quite good. And come on, paints. Points, okay. Oh, I could do anoint. I just realized. Oh, damn, but wait, how many N's are in anoints? Is it 2 N's or 1 N? Let me double check. Anoin. Anoints. Okay, there is only one N. So I could do anoints, but I know that I'm not going to do, and I'm just going to double check anointed. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anoints 8 if I manage to get a D. Okay, so I'm really hoping for a D. Come on, D. Okay, I'll just put the D. Oh. Well. Ah, well. I guess that's it. Anoints. And is anointer like someone who anoints? An anointer is a thing. Awesome. So boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 192. That is a good score. Yep. And so, yep, that is extendable. Maybe that has inspired you to give it a go yourself. Let me know. Have you played that before? Would you play that yourself? And for now, I guess it's time for me to really wind down. Thank you, everyone, for watching. It has been lovely. And, yep. I actually forgot to plug this in, and it's about to run out. Close. And there we go. But it has been lovely to see you. Ben, I hope that you're generally doing okay. Alex, everyone else watching, even if you're not watching live, if you're watching after the fact for some reason, and yeah, this feels more like a typical stream where it's just Sunday surprise Sunday stuff. And maybe that's what I'll call it for next week, surprise Sunday stuff, but it's probably reviews. And actually, Chris has already made the schedule for next week. But yeah, maybe I'll call it that in future. Surprise Sunday stuff. And then, yeah, it's been fun. I hope there's been some feeling of keeping company or entertainment value or informational value. Like, I don't know always what people get out of it, but I hope you got something out of it. And so let's move on. Wait, that was coming up today. That's completely wrong. I'm sorry, I didn't even change the banner. Yeah, I was properly thrown off whack by Chris not coming, but feel free generally to comment, ask questions, thumb, like, follow. BEZ and Friends Game Day will return on January the 9th. I'm really excited to have Eric Slauson of Monstrosity, which I think is much better game than Crow's Overkill, and a very different game to these games. I mean, Monstrosity is a party game, and so it's actually them moving into a different direction. But yeah, Monstrosity, I genuinely like that. And so, yeah, to recap, what have we done? I have unboxed lots of things. I unboxed. What I'm going to get? I unboxed all these games. I unboxed Inhuman Conditions and Sorcerer's Stones, Shadows in Kyoto, Jixia Academy, and Hanamakoji. That was good fun. And then I am really looking forward to playing this one. I am happy that this one has a co-op mode. That is pretty good. I did not realize that. Yeah, would have. I guess it doesn't tell you whether it's cooperative or competitive on the back. Yeah, well, it does say racing. So racing, I guess maybe you're racing against an AI. But yeah, I feel like whether something's cooperative or competitive, that's I think kind of gets out there at the start, because there's definitely times when I would rather play a cooperative game. It would have been nice to know that, we don't have to always play the same things. Yeah, these seem quite simple. I'll probably read them off camera and have a wee look. And yeah, then I played Clustered, which I enjoyed more than I thought I would. I'll probably play that a few more times until it's a way to pass time, isn't it? Especially in these days. And just like gets a little bit of brain thinking. And I like playing light games like Extendable, something like that, whilst I'm listening to music. That's what I'm personally all about. If you want to find me, stuffbybez.com, stuffbybez.bicker.com, twitter.com/stuffbez, instagram.com/stuffbez, twitch.tv/stuffbez. I stream at 10 a.m. UK time every day and 8 p.m. UK time on Tuesdays in addition. YouTube, you can see some of my old stuff. Discord, please go there and share pictures of cats or games you've been playing or whatever. And thank you very much, everyone. You are all wonderful. Except unless you aren't. I mean, everyone that I know is wonderful, but if you're a lurker and you've never spoken to me, also, I think there was a robot that I'm fairly sure I didn't double check, but Alex banned someone 2 hours ago. Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you very much to all my moderators, Alex and Sates, who's normally here like 6 days a week. And before we wrap up, I always like to ask, over to you. What are you up to? Is there anything you would want to over to you? What are you up to? You can share anything you want to. Is there anything you would deem good you're looking forward to? Is there anything you want to share? It's up to you. You can share anything, but only if you want to. I think that's the key thing. You can share anything, but only if you want to. You don't have to share something, but you can share anything, whether it's honestly, like maybe Fridays are more a time to say, hey, this is something that's got me really down. And I don't want to be like happiness porn. Like, oh, rah, 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 I'm always amazing and life is brilliant. And because, it's not. But life is okay. And there is some good things about life. And I think that, as we show more gratitude, it can help us, for sure. I watched Big Mouth. I watched basically all of that yesterday. It took, that was 5 hours of yesterday just watching this season with friends, I think. Maybe like 4 hours. I don't know. Anyway, so there's a bit of depression and anxiety, and there's also trans issues in the 4th season, and there's also gratitude. And one lesson is that, showing gratitude does help get rid of anxiety and depression. And I can't speak so much for anxiety, but I do know that it definitely does help with depression. And it's definitely something that helps you smile, to say, hey, I am privileged that I have like all these new games to try, and that I do, even though I don't get to play games as often as I'd like. I can play solo games any day of the week, but as far as 2-player games or 3 or 4-player games, it's maybe 3 days a week I get to play them, and that's not. But I'm thankful for even that. I am thankful that I get to play multiplayer games as often as I do. I'm thankful that I have an audience. I'm thankful that I have everyone here. I'm thankful that that we all have the money, that we are all immensely privileged, that it's just, okay, I don't know what I'm going to have, but we are going to have something. And I've got stuff in the freezer, and I will probably, like I could just put a few chicken things into the oven or some chips, and it's not the healthiest thing. Or have some instant noodles. I know instant noodles aren't exciting, but instant noodles with chopped iceberg lettuce, it's my new thing. I tried it for the first time last night. I dug it. Can you dig it? Let me know. For my next stream, What am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to playing games. I'm more and more. Like back in the day, I used to be like, oh, I've got to work every single day. It's more and more, I'm like, yeah, just after this, I'm going to probably share a couple of pictures, say, hey, these are my streams for the forthcoming week. He puts it up on Twitter and Instagram, and then I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the day. Yes, there's rules that I should be writing, but I'm not going to beat myself up about it 7 days a week. And tomorrow is the day that I can get to it. Yeah. But if you're interested in what I'm doing tomorrow I am streaming at 10 a.m. UK time. I am going to be talking to the wonderful Rory O'Connor, designer of Holding On, and also Rory Story Cubes. We're going to be talking about shifting views. So yeah, how can games alter the way we see ourselves or even the world around us? How much could we shift viewpoints via the medium of a game? Are games a good medium for this? How can games change and influence thoughts or even behavior? We will be discussing that with the wonderful Rory. And then I'll be talking with Dan Jolin on Tuesday, Print Media. And we'll be playing something on Tuesday night. Wednesday, I'll be talking with Hua Young, Korea, about playing for change. Then timing and marketing with Dina. Friendly Friday Forum on Friday. Being a Jack of all trades with Rob Harper on Saturday. And I will maybe be, you know what, on Sunday, I will definitely be reviewing some stuff. I will come with 2 stacks of games, one that Chris has played, one that Chris has not played. And so if Chris joins me, I will have that stack ready. If Chris does not join me, I'll have a separate stack ready. And so, yeah, next week I will definitely be back to normal reviewing stuff. And so please, if any of that sounds interesting, if you think that more people should be listening to Rory O'Connor, then tell them to come here, tomorrow. I don't know, maybe it's today. It's in less than 24 hours. So it might be today, depending on where in the world you are. But yeah, if you are GMT minus 12, then it will be in at 10 p.m. Is that right? Yeah, it will be at 10 p.m. if you are GMT minus 12. But if you are GMT, then it will be 10 a.m. I'll be talking to Rory O'Connor. Shall I do a raid? I am going to quickly go onto Twitch and see who else is playing. I'm going to check. Ooh, Alusam, Harley Hutchinson. Ooh, Harley's doing a celebration. And so let's join in on that. And so that, congratulations, Harley, to 1,000 people. And I am going to raid you. So that brings us to the proper end. And of course, there is only one thing left to do for now. And that one thing left to do is to say bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.